Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to this edition of the Halcyon Show. My name is Lorne. How the fuck are you? It's Easter Monday, and you've chosen to join us. That's very kind of you. Today, I don't know what's going to happen. I'll be honest with you. I've got no idea what's going to happen. This could go one of 10 different ways. 9 of them good, 1 of them bad. For me, anyway, because we've got a guest today that might hold me responsible for certain things that were said, mentioned, referenced on a recent stream. Let's see what happens, shall we? Please welcome Yaneth, ladies and gentlemen. How are we, sir?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad at all. Good to be here. Let's see how this goes.
I tell you what, I'm going to do something that I never do. I'm going to throw to you to explain. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
So, you've asked me a couple of times to come on and to sort of react as you do with your show and stuff like that to the battles. Fortunately, I've been a very, very busy man of late, so I've not been able to jump on. Then, lo and behold, a couple of days ago, after not being on social media for a few days, I see there's a load of controversy surrounding certain things I may or may not have partook in. So, we had a chat and thought it better to have my side out there as well. I've wanted to do a bit of media since coming back to Battle Rap and entering the tournament where I win the Mountains tournament. Shout out Card Tricks UK every time. And yeah, it's something that I've wanted to do, I've not had the time to do, and I think there's no time like the present, considering people are talking shite.
Quick bit behind the scenes for everybody else, but not for you and me. Could you imagine that, whatever it was, 2 weeks ago, you and I driving to the event debating the merits of Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, that a week later you and I would be the centre of one of the most controversial moments in modern UK battle rap, or at least this year, like in terms of controversy. It's like, Lorne, Yaneth. Yeah, I can see those two being like at the top of conversation in terms of controversial topics.
I have a tendency to be involved in a lot of controversial topics involved in battle rap. It tends to follow me around even when I'm not trying to be involved in it. So yeah, I didn't think that while we was discussing how overrated Saka was, that we were going to get into this side of things 2 weeks later. But no, we'll talk about it. We'll watch the battle back, and then we'll go through obviously my thoughts on the controversy, my thoughts on the battle, the tournament as a whole, and we can even sort of talk about, because I've had a lot of people ask me where I went for the 2 years I was gone, and what I'm sort of doing now, and what the future holds for me in terms of UK battle rap.
For the record, I disagree with the overrated Saka comment, but we had a very spirited debate nonetheless. So I suppose we better get into it. So this is your battle against 1-7 Wave. I don't suppose before we get into this, do you want to give a bit of context to your participation in the tournament up until this point? Because, of course, your initial battle was against Beyond, another relative newcomer.
Battle DW, and he didn't show up.
So that battle didn't take, because he no-showed it, didn't he? So he wasn't.
Someone who has no legs.
Okay, and then. So you're in the what was been sort of coined the developmental group, but when we were talking, we were having the conversation about your participation in the tournament, generally speaking, and you kind of wanted to kind of address that to a certain degree. Let me open the floor to you to kind of give us a bit of context here.
So when I started coming back around event, filming and things like that, battling was never sort of on the table. It wasn't something that I really had much interest in doing again. I thought I'd done what I could do. To be honest, I just didn't have the passion for it anymore. Whereas I obviously started with the camera side of things, doing a lot more filming, a lot of sports live stream, pool live stream, darts live streams and things like that. So I was focusing on that side of things. Then obviously Stro announced that we were doing the last ever Undisclosed, and I had been, when the Undisclosed series started, I battled quite a few times on the Undisclosed series. The first ever one, I actually think I ended up hosting a couple of battles with Stro and completely cocked it up, so I never got to do that again. So yeah, battling was never sort of something that was going to be at the forefront, but when Stro announced that, me and him were actually driving to London for can't remember what event it was, but we were driving down for an event in London at Hootenanny, and I said, look, I was on the first Undisclosed. I think I was on quite a few of them. I said, I would really like to do the last one because I was there in the inception of the whole idea and things like that. Like, Stro was talking to me a lot about what he wanted to do with the events and things like that. And there was a few events where Briggsy wasn't able to make it, so it was sort of Stro, myself, Gast, and Rick that were sort of doing the events. So with the last one coming up, I said, right, I really, really fancy doing a battle. And Stro sat the guy went, who would you want? I gave him a name of the person that I want. Stro agreed that'd be a great battle. It got agreed, and it was going to be a surprise battle on the last Undisclosed. Unfortunately, my opponent couldn't make the date, so that never happened. But I had 3 rounds, he had 3 rounds, and I'd spent a good couple of months working on the material and was really happy with it. And because I'd sort of enjoyed that material, when someone dropped out one Friday night and Briggs put a tweet out, I'm not going to lie, I was in the pub and went, fuck it, throw me in the development group. And then a conversation ensued with Briggsy. I was like, for the development guys, it made sense, sort of, me not battling in 2 years, I'm probably not being the best battler on the face of the planet. It made a lot more sense for me to go into the development group because it helped those guys, because a lot of the guys in that development group only had, some of them didn't even have battles out online. Some of them, like, especially Beyond, I think Beyond did only battled on spaces and stuff. So it was more of it makes sense for me to go into that development group, because if there is someone really good, like a Beyond, who's writing very good, especially seeing what those newer talents could do with someone, let's be honest, who's got fucking shitloads of angles to write for. So it made sense for me, and it was also a challenge for me because every battle I've done, I've battled Briggsy, loads of battles out there, Bowski, loads of battles out there, Georgia, Grazza, Sam Hypes. I've always had a lot of material to be able to go off, so it was fun. It was an interesting aspect for me to be able to challenge myself against people they haven't got anything out, and people that I haven't met before. And that's when Briggs went, yeah, go ahead. And I ended up back in the development group when we did that Say His Name Yaneth with the Joe Hendry tweet, which I thought was fucking genius by Briggsy.
Again, we'll come back to your CV after we react to the battle, because when you sent me that and I compare and contrast it to the group you're in, it is kind of mad you're in it. But that's for me to
from a standpoint of where and the person who dropped out was in the development group, so it would make sense for Briggsy not having to reshuffle everything, and also it was one of them, and me and Briggsy had spoken, and it sort of said, look, if you should go and kill this group, and that there is then going to be the metering stick for whether I continue battling or whether I retire back behind the camera again and step away and only get rolled out once a year in Saudi Arabia.
Wouldn't that be a thought? Anyways, without further ado, I suppose we should jump in, shall we? So let me press pause, and as I've mentioned to my guest off camera, it's his show. So get ready to live vicariously through the eyes, ears, and experience of one Yaneth. So let's go, shall we?
Premier Battles, we're in Feel Weird Studios for the Where Winning Matters tournament. If you're in the building, make some fucking noise!
All right, Feel Weird.
Shout out to Cardtricks UK for sponsoring the whole tournament. Tickets for the grand final, 1st of August, are on sale now. On the left-hand side, let them know who you are, bro.
Yeah, 7 Wave, Sheffield, all that shit, come on.
Oh, that shit.
And on the right-hand side, introduce yourself.
Yaneth.
Sorry, I'm going to pause it for a second. How unfucked are you to be stood across? Fuck it, let's just fucking go. Come on, man.
Do you know what the thing was? Yeah, out of the people that I actually watched and saw material of from the development group, I fucked with DW. Like, DW wasn't brilliant, but DW, like, you could see what he was trying to do. Beyond's pen's very, like, you can see there's something there. Whereas with 7 Wave, I genuinely I didn't know he was called Seven Wave. I just thought his name was a Wi-Fi password. So it was one of them. And then when I seen all the generic, oh, I want to be on fucking GRM Daily stuff, I was just like, I can't be arsed doing this. But I'm also one of them, if I tell someone I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, that's why at this point, I think as well, I didn't want to go first. And I think we went on first or second. I wanted to do it until sort of back end of the day because at this point, I'm still having to do interviews and everything.
Yes.
So, breaking the fourth wall a bit here, guys. When you see the interviews on the streams, a lot of the interviews have been filmed by myself. So not only am I battling and having to remember, or as we'll see, or not remember certain fucking things, I'm also doing a lot of the interviews and additional content for the streams. So at this point, I was just like, yeah, I can't be asked.
I do have to ask before we really get started. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you are waiting to see some battle. I get it, but bear with me. How do you navigate wearing different hats at an event? Because I've just done one where I'm supposed to be a fan and then a media member for the first time ever by trying to get interviews and record and the rest of it. It was hassle. It was stress. But I had everything written down at least. So I didn't have to remember to deliver a performance. How do you manage it, man?
I think with this, it's been a lot harder because there's a lot more stuff that I need to do. And Briggsy will tell you, and Stroh, and Rick, and anybody that's like hands-on, anyone that's worked with me, I am about as professional as kicking your manager in the crotch. I'm not professional at all. I struggle with it. It's something that I'm trying to get better at. And I think this tournament, doing this and also having the other hat, having to have the battle hat on, it's been a learning curve, and it's got better throughout the tournament. But my biggest issue is turning off battle rap persona to Camrian persona, switching between the two. I get stuck in battle mode, so sometimes I'll shout someone, "Oi, come to your fucking interview," and I'm like, "Shit, I shouldn't be doing that because I should just be like, yo, yeah, lad, you come to your interview with us." And that's been the side of things that I've struggled with in terms of doing double duty. But then I've got great people to look at who've also done it. Like, you look at Briggsy. Briggsy does double duty. He's done double duty throughout the whole tournament himself, and so that's why it's been easier and it's been easy to learn from, because I've got someone who's so good at doing it there that I'm working with.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm glad you raised it. And again, BT Dubs, I was at a record and I do remember, again, I remember 40 odd hours without sleep, so I barely remember everything, which is great for continuity because I can't spoil anything, except for I do remember there was a bit like before they started recording where you came from that side room and just went, "Right, everyone, if you haven't done your and it was just calling everyone, and everyone just sort of turned and went, "All right." But it was good because it kind of, you took charge of something that otherwise they probably would have gone like, they would have fucked off, wandered off, been in the middle of a million conversations, forgot.
With these events as well, because they have been a closed set environment, it's not like the fans, there are fans of battle rappers, it's just full of battle rappers. Yep. And trying to organise battle rappers is, I don't understand why Briggsy and Stroh have done it as long as they have done it, and how they're both not bald and grey, because trying to organise us lot is fucking well hard.
Yeah, I've got no idea what he's talking about. Anyways, right, I suppose we better play this battle. We've chatted for long enough. Let's go.
Off camera,
first round I know is on 7 Wave, so I'm keen to see what your response
come on,
is to
some
this.
Vegeta hype. Turn Super Saiyan when I beat his wife, he don't beat it right. He ain't into arse or tits, but he rather thinks feet are nice. What's in your roll up today, Jan? I fully can't tell if it's weed or spice. He can't read or write. Get back to reading.
That was actually, it took him, like, out of all that whole entire thing, and you can see, look at the pause screen that you've got there now. Everyone, like, the only person that's laughing is Amel's mate at the back, and he's laughing. It's an ironic laugh.
He's laughing at the anarchy of it for 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Right? But there, the weed or spice, that's not horrific. It wasn't horrific. However, everybody knows I don't smoke weed. I smoke fucking tabs. That's all I smoke. So again, it's that patterning. And you'll see literally look how I'm stood there now because I don't want to react to how shit it is because I've been told I'm too animated during my opponent's rounds.
Right.
So I'm literally staring at the floor with my arms folded because I don't want to go, fuck, this is wank.
All right. Well, that's his opening game. Let's see where he goes from here.
And then deep your life. Yo, I'm about to clash this Neek. He ain't buffed in weeks. For a fact, it's peak and his mattress sheets covered in rats and fleas and his mum's on her hands and knees. In the town to make stacks and peas. Her pussy come looking like slabs of meat mixed crack with weed.
Wait, so he's trying to call me a dirty bastard.
Yes.
And he's going on with it, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, screech, stacking peas. Eh? Hey? It doesn't follow. Like there's no structure to it.
So, I suppose I better throw it out there because
smile there.
I was going to say there's a slight creak of smile on your face there. Kick Nelly is joining in with the sort of love of the anarchy of it, but let me just throw it to you because he said it, so I don't feel bad repeating it. I didn't write anything for any of these battles. Okay, now I will let you take that because you're the professional. You're the one that's battled. I know how I feel about that, but I want you to explain to me from a seasoned battler perspective, staff member perspective, just someone who's been a fan of the scene forever and ever. Any perspective like
I lost my staff member privileges a long time ago, and I'm not fully member of staff again yet. I'm just
all right. But you know what I mean. I need you from a perspective because I'm a fan. I can only look at it from a fan's perspective. I need you to look at it from someone that venerates this in a way that a fan wouldn't. When someone says, I turned up and I didn't prepare anything.
The thing is, I when I first come back and started filming battles again, I filmed, I think he was in he in the academy? I filmed one of his battles and I don't think it actually ever came out because it was awful. And it was just after I'd been announced into the tournament, and I remember chatting to him, and he went, "I'm not writing for anyone. I'm not doing any research. I'm just going to do what I do, and I'm going to smoke everybody." And I think LSD was stood with me, and I think Gas was stood with me as well, to be honest. And I blew my top because I was like, "Hold on a minute, you going into a tournament for $3,000 that certain people like would kill to be in, and you're disrespecting the platform." Because at the end of the day, the only other things he's done is shitty TikTok freestyles. I think he's got a wank black box out there that he's probably paid for himself. So you're being put on my platform and you're disrespecting it by saying, "I'm not writing for anybody. I don't care who I've got. I'm not doing research. I'm doing this." I turned around and said to him now and then, "You're a fucking dickhead and you shouldn't be even in this tournament because that is not on. You don't do that sort of shit." Look at me, like I said, I had no material to go off for these 3 battles in this group stages. So, and I've still, well, as people have seen so far, I haven't had the cleanest of performances. And every single time I've still walked away from it being like, fuck, and apologise to Briggsy, apologise to the guys that said sorry that performance wasn't great, and apologise to the guys that are battling as well, because if I fuck up and they just blitz through and get the 3-0, they're going to take that. But they, with the opportunity that we've got with the $3,000, the way that it's being filmed, like, people want to have great back and forth. They don't want a shit battle in it because it's minute rounds. It makes no sense. So for someone to fucking, who's unheard of, no one knows, to be, "Oh, I don't care," and be so fucking flippant and nonchalant about what's going on, it really, really pissed me off. And that was another reason why I really didn't want to do this battle, because I very rarely battled people that I don't actually like as human beings. And I'd only ever met this guy twice, and both times you give off this ego that he doesn't deserve and he shouldn't have, and then fucking done this. So yeah, that's why I don't agree. I don't agree with the way that he approached the tournament at all.
Just because this is where I caught a little bit, and it was justified because I'm trying to play the other side of the sword sometimes. I'm trying to present another alternative, especially if the person's not there. So if I'm 7-wave in this instance, maybe I'm coming at it from this perspective of, well, I'm giving off this bravado. I'm trying to be cooler than cool. I'm trying to, like, how do you respond to that notion of him kind of, he's trying to make himself sound like he's a big deal before he's a big deal almost?
Which at the end of the day, like, I'm not being funny. When I first come into battle rap, I came in like a bull in a china shop, was a complete dickhead to 90% of the scene on the fucking forums, because it was one of them. I wanted to be the loudest man in the room. I wanted to be heard. I wanted everyone to know who I was. So I get the sense of having that bravado,
yes,
and wanting to seem that way. But then when you've got people, and like I said, maybe I shouldn't have been the guy to say it to him, because at the end of the day, I'm not fucking top tier. I know that. But someone who's been around the scene, because I started in 2018, and I've been there battling. I battled some of the names that he's said that he wanted to battle.
Right.
I've already battled them. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them, like, I get it, but you don't deserve to be like that. And when you're being told off people who've been around longer and done stuff that you said that you want to do, you should listen to them.
I'll tell you what I'm put in mind of, and I promise, again, we'll get back to the battle in a second, but I want it, because this is kind of the boiling point, I think, from this, because it's a perception issue, I think, with Seven Wave. He's come into this looking at certain things and thinking, I'll have a bit of this and a bit of that, and that will lead me to success. But I think the thing I think about is someone like a Ronnie O'Sullivan almost. He did audacious things you're not supposed to do, but then he backed it up. Like, I'm thinking of that time where he kind of called, he called the reward money. He's like, right, is there a reward for a 147? Goes, no. And everyone laughs because it's like, mate, you're 2 balls in. How do you know if you're going to make a 147? Then gets to the 147 and looks like a fucking Don doing it. But you have to back it up first. And you have to know you're going to back it up. You know what I mean?
Exactly that. And that's the thing. If he'd have come in with that attitude and absolutely smoked everyone, right, then fair fucks. But the fact is, from what little material he had out there, everybody could see already that he can't rap. He can stick words together, but he can't rap. He's got no, look at him now, he's got his hood up, watch the way he raps and stuff like that. He has no character.
It's definitely a culture shock from what he's used to this, because I think I've critiqued it in a different way by saying I don't think he gets the difference between on beat and a cappella. I'm still learning the difference, but the big difference, and that's why I gave you credit in the Beyond battle and in this one, is that there is a characterization in you. There's a version of you that comes out through the battle that isn't behind the scenes, but that allows you to channel what you want to say in ways that you can't in other mediums. And in this, all I kind of got was the same as his on beat stuff. So he's not bringing anything into this that you wouldn't see other ways.
His cadence is the exact same way through all 3 rounds. And literally, if you listen to it, he doesn't. His cadence never changes. It's always like he's trying to get through it as quick as possible in the same monotone voice. There's no and it's just that's all it is. And like it's not an easy listen. It's not an easy watch, especially like you've had some of the greats who have been able to do your grind rounds. Look at Dialect, look at Zen.
Yes.
When they do it, they have a character behind them. You can see it, you can feel without sounding like one of these weirdos that does the 6-7 stuff. You can feel the aura of it when they're doing that round, right? When people like him do it, you just like, oh, for fuck's sake. That's legit. And every single person, look, only one of them 2 there's timing. The other one doesn't want to listen. Right? I can't remember which one was timing. I can't remember which one didn't listen.
I've bollocked people for being on their phones before. I've only just noticed that Stro. I'm going to put money that it's Stro, because I think it was Gas that was timing these events on these records. So I've got to bollock Stro for that at some point. But yeah, you're right. And there's points to it. There's reasons for it.
Asleep. Frost and Kit Nelly are just like, what's going on? And even McCoy's giving me that look saying, please fucking kill him.
Well, let's see if it, because we've still got 35 seconds to go in this round. So let's see what he's got.
Would you want to clash with me, get slashed in 3? Don't start with your hyping. From the start, you was hiding. I'm hard when I'm rhyming. And you want to chat about whips. Your car is something that Barbie would drive in. I don't like him. My savage guy's rhyming. A man I might... Yo, you can't challenge my writing, nah. Cause you're differently gassed, you shit in a clash, you need to stop spitting, you're mad. And it's Pete, the mother is a bitch and a slag. And she fully caught ace from kissing your dad. You ain't coming in to win, you ain't winning the class. I'm spinning with raps, your mother is a missioning man, I'm finishing man. Lyrics that are killing a man, and you gassing up the chick.
As soon as he starts that whole team, then watch it, right? Just skip that back to the watch. As soon as he starts going, watch Frost, Pagan. I think that's Spirit there, and then someone else. I think Enigma's behind fucking gas. Watch all of them just go as if to go. They want to walk away, and then they realise that the camera's on and they can't. Just
You're hiding.
watch
From the
this.
start, you was hiding. I'm hard when I'm rhyming, and you want to chat about whips. Your car is something that Barbie would drive in. I don't like him. My savage guy's rhyming. A man I might. Yo, you can't challenge my writing, nah. Cause you're differently gassed, you shit in a clash, you need to stop spitting, you're mad. And it's Pete, the mother is a bitch and a slag. And she fully caught ace from kissing your dad. You ain't coming in to win, you ain't winning the class. I'm spinning with raps, your mother is a missioning man, I'm finishing man.
Every
Lyrics that are
single
killing the
one of
man.
them. They don't want to hear it.
It's a lot of down faces, that's for sure. It's a lot of trying not to engage with it, for sure.
Yeah.
Which we'll come back to, but I feel like, yeah, by the way, I didn't know, probably because I was looking down, I didn't notice Stroll on his phone then the first time I watched it. I've watched this battle probably 2 or 3 times to review it. Didn't notice him on his phone. Wow.
Why? Do you know, I haven't watched it back yet. This is the first time I'm watching it back.
Because I tweeted this today. I'm the kind of fucker that writes 2,200 words on each show each week so I can have notes just for Crash to go, you're wrong. So, like, I'm a fucking idiot when it comes to it.
I'm not one for watching my battles back after they've been done. There's only a few that I ever go back and sort of go back when I'm writing that I want to watch back so I can sort of go back into that mindset I was like when I battled it the first time. Georgie Reach, I'll go back and watch that quite a bit, and me and Briggsy. So they're the only two that I'll ever go back and watch, just so I can go by. I need to get into that sort of mindset.
Gotcha.
Then, say if I've got a certain opponent, then why is Bobby sending me in?
You look at what Bobby's saying. We'll get through the last 9 seconds of the round, and then we'll move on to your first.
Is a man. Time.
Oh, we only had 4 seconds. So there you go. That's round 1. And now it's round 1 on
Who told
Yaneth.
Mackenzie from Blazing Squad that he was taking off? Catch him in the end. Blazing rock with the mates that he says he's got. Thinking up all these harebrained schemes of making what, like, I know. Let's break into Poundland and take the lot. You are job seekers personified. That £72.90 a week is not a vibe. It's got you locked inside. Ostracized.
I sent that to Bobby, and Bobby fucking hated every bit of it, right? But I was so, because of the way that he showed up to events, this is how I thought, like, he's going to try and say that I'm this, that, and the other. And I was like, I'm going to show up clearly looking better than him, right? For a very large man that I am, I actually look quite good here. So I knew I was going to show up looking better than him. And my whole thing was to go through and just go, you look like a stereotypical chav. So whenever anyone in the media or anything wants to talk about a fucking lad from obviously not a great area, this, that, and the other, I want to do that. So I had to actually Google how much a week job seekers was, because I didn't have a fucking clue anymore. So I remember me missing, I threw my phone to me missus to order some food, and she was like, why are you Googling job seekers? Have you been sacked? I was like, no, I'm doing it for the battle. So that every time I hear that £72.90, I'll fucking love it. Sorry, I just love that bit.
And that's why every meal that you have comes in a box and fried. He never looks for a job, but still when his JSA gets stopped, it's proper snide. Here's an idea. Instead of writing irrelevant multis about someone's mom's cunt, why don't you go on a...
I think there's a smile on his face there, because he's like, oh, he's got me. Because what did he say in the first round? And then I think it's in the third. It's the swimming line or something like that. And it's like, referenced twice. It's never good when someone calls your stuff before it happens in the same battle, mate. Never ever a good thing.
Yeah, but this is the thing. My whole thing with this one was I knew that the situation that I was in terms of the table, and he'd already pissed me off with his whole not caring. Also, he's checking his phone there for lyrics. which I've been pulled on numerous times before. I know I have, but if I'm getting pulled on it, every fucker's getting pulled on it. So it's one of them. And that line right there sums up Seven Wave. Instead of rhyming irrelevant multis about someone's mum's cunt, why don't you go on a job hunt? Because that just sums Seven Wave up in one line. That what I genuinely think I've won the entire battle off that one line there. Because all it's done is it's broke down who he is and what type of person he is in one line. And what type of rapper he is.
Job hunt. Better yet, why don't you do us all a favour? Rob Poundland, get locked up, because nobody wants Tommy Robinson's lost cub fucking the brands and the stocks up, because he's the type of man to say the line like, I smoke the sickest reefer like I'm Wiz Khalifa. No, dickhead, you sniff Wiz and drink White Lightning by the litre. The type of man to receive a DM from the game and still buys the feature, you fucking parcel. Time.
So the first round, you figured you already had him easy because not only have you called it, but also he's playing into your hands to a large degree because he hasn't listened. And I said this. I asked him, like, would he have changed his approach now that he's out? But he's not listened to the feedback, which is you can't just do that, dude. You've got to switch it up. You have to bring something different.
Entire problem, that it was his entire problem from start to finish. Because, yes, he can multi, right? It's obvious that he can multi, but he can't structure something hard enough that makes sense for a longer period. He'll say two things like, your dad's a fucking octopus. And everyone goes, that's a bit weird. But because he's heard them go, he thinks that's him down. He's got it patterned, right? It's like, even then, I genuinely feel that was quite a good round for me. I don't think that got the reaction that it should have got in certain points. And that is not necessarily down to the way I wrote it or the way I've performed it. It's down to the fact that no one gives a fuck about this battle. No one wants to watch it. No one wants to see it.
I'll contend that, and I'll contend it for one reason, and I'll follow it up with a question. I'll contend it because, and I need you to take this with the spirit with which it's intended. And I love
it when you press this stuff on.
Because I know how this is going to sound, right? But I was one of the reasons why 9-2 and Rick Charles had a weird sort of cult anticipation to the battle when it aired. And the way I look back on it is that battle rap, especially the guys within it, do occasionally like a car crash. Like, this is going to be a fucking shit show. Yeah. I can't wait to see it.
Shit shows, right? And I'll tell you this for a fact of how I know that people love shit shows, because I used to be one of the fucking trying to open my window here one time. I was one of the people that didn't get Dub Scandal, right? And it wasn't until I went to a Dub Scandal event and saw a Dub Scandal event from start to finish that I went, yes, now I understand it. And yes, I'm one for a car crash battle, right? I'm all for it. But when it's a car crash battle that makes sense, like 9-2 versus Kingsley's mate in Liverpool, that could have been a really, really bad car crash battle, but it turns out Kingsley's mate is actually quite fucking good. So it wasn't that bad of a car crash. But then you have things like this where it's so mismatched. So, for example, the 9-2 Rick Charles thing, okay, Rick Charles is probably more musically inept, more writing inept than fucking 9-2, right? But it wasn't a mismatch because Rick's not a fucking battler. Right? He's not. He's a cameraman.
It wasn't a mismatch, right? But here's what made that. You had 9-2, and look, I like 9-2 as a person. I think he has a lot to work on as a person. But
me versus 7 Wave to 9-2.
I have you do the same thing that Stro does, which is you don't let me finish my fucking point before you criticize the outcome. You both go, so that you use the word "the" to justify your point. Well, here's 1,000 reasons why the word "the" is, and I'm like, yeah, it's the first word of a sentence, man. Let me get to the end, please. Anyway, my point is, you had Rick Charles, who could not give less of a shit, versus 9-2, who felt like this was the moment of his battle rap career, in a collision of not caring versus caring that you can't book. You can't motivate someone and demotivate someone more than that. But this wasn't that. This was, I think, a coming together of everyone wanting to get this guy get battered Because let's be honest, no one wanted to see Seven Wave win. Versus...
No. And do you know how hard it is for people wanting to cheer me on in a battle? I'm a cunt. People hate
my
me.
point, which is no one wanting to cheer you on.
And people wanting me to win.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's this weird, like, and all I'm saying is, and this is why, and again, in a way, I actually kind of like Seven Wave in a certain way, and I can justify certain things, but I totally get on board. Hang on. You're doing it again. I totally get on board with the notion of, yes, but you thought you were going to come and batter everyone. You had one battle where everyone went, this ain't it, champ, and you completely ignored them. What did you think was going to happen the second time round? Like, and by the way, apparently he was right, because Hamill, quote, I agree with Seven Wave. I think he bodied Yan. Hi, Hamill. Nice to see you, buddy.
Hamill will say that because Hamill's a prick. Hamill, send me them fish, you prick. You've still not sent them me.
Anyways, I suppose we better get on to Seven Way. I need to see what you think of Seven Way's second round, because it's jam-packed with stuff.
When you're inside of your home, you put makeup on like Kylie Minogue. Then you strike in a pose. Why for it though? Can't try to oppose, get a strike in the nose, or I'll draw for a knife and a poke, start slicing your throat, you'll be likely to choke like
He started okay there, because it's funny.
It's just a bit...
Yeah. All he has to do is compact on that fucking first point. When I'm inside of my home, I get fucking dolled up and I look like Kylie Minogue. Expand on that point. Go to another point. But he doesn't. He goes, striking the nose. Because all he's done is he's gone, right, where's my pad? Inside of your home, Kylie Minogue, life of the show, strike to the nose, fight for me dough. That's all. He's literally just got Shuffle's book out. That's all he's done. He's not writing punchlines. He's writing stuff that rhymes. That's all he has done there. But he started it well. He gets the little chuckle that he needs. Once he's got that little chuckle, if he just goes, right, I can bring this into like Kylie Minogue. Then every Friday when his wife isn't home, he goes up and does fucking drag queens and lights on the show or something. Do you know what I mean? It's not hard to just continue on that little bit that you fucking started. It's gone, oh, actually, he's saying something there. But then he goes, straight to the nose, because I'm fucking well hard. No, you're not, dickhead. You've just lost the room.
I was going to put, by the way, I wasn't ignoring it. I was going to get my copy of Shuffle's book, The Advanced Rhyming Dictionary, available right now.
I remember that you had one at the last
I did, yes. I was verifying a rhyme between, I can't remember. It was, well, we were taking the piss out of Rick Charles for eating Greek yogurt in the middle of a battle rap event, which...
I love Rick.
I love him to death, but like he didn't even have like protein powder or creatine in it. It was just Greek yogurt. And he said, well, yeah, it's for calories. And it's another one of those times where I go, Greek yogurt. Calories. Yeah, I see. Rick, I love you, mate, but we need to talk about bodybuilding at some point. I've got so much to teach you, including how bicep curls work your biceps. What's that?
See the size of his
He's very strong. I'm not saying he's not strong. I am saying, though, he is a person who willingly admitted to saying bicep curls don't work your biceps. Okay. If you say so, Rick. I know you could break me in half, but that's not the point. You're still wrong.
You're losing me more than 7 weight, because I don't think I've ever been in the gym in my fucking life.
I wouldn't recommend it. You should only go in there if like you've really got nothing else to do. Anyways, we've got a 7-wave round we're supposed to be getting through. Let's go.
With a rope. Me, I'll come grimy with flows like Wiley, you know, man, I colder than ice in the snow. God, the niceness. So don't lie to me, bro. There's no females, just guys on your phone. You're on grinding, you know, trying to vibe with a bloke, and you're white as a ghost, but it's black that you try to be dough. Man can't try with me, no, when your wife is a host, she's slimy.
Because there's little bits here that he just, because it's all the same rhyme. It's all the same rhyme, right? Cut the filler, take out the stuff that's going to get you the little giggles, and build a fucking punch on it.
I was going to say, so let me ask you a question again, you're the professional here.
Fuck off.
Hey, I will give you the credit you deserve on this occasion, because out of the two of us, Stro, not battling, stop asking. Let me ask you, do you think... never, not going to happen.
I'm going to text you every day now.
I've got no will or want to have a weird battle rap oriented name like Soliloquy, which I'm still getting my head around, by the way. But do you think that there would be some merit to him just slowing down and dropping every other line in order to just go, dude, just bullet point it if that's what you want to do. Because that could work. But I think he's trying to be almost too clever with it. Like, look at all these other things I can rhyme along with the punch.
He's not. You're giving him far too much credit.
I'm trying to see the other side of the sword. That's all I'm trying to do.
You need to, for what you're doing, you need to sit on the fence and get splinters in your ass. You need to do that. I get that, right? But what I'm trying to say to you, he isn't, because people have give him these fucking this feedback and he hasn't listened. It's not just, he's not overcomplicating it. He is literally gone, Kylie Minogue, guys at home, everything that fucking rhymes with it, I'm going to fit it into 60 seconds.
All right.
There's no structure to it because it doesn't make sense or follow a pattern. He's got no fucking character because literally nobody doesn't. One thing I will say, I will give myself and blow smoke up my own ass, is when I talk, it's hard for people not to fucking listen because I do sort of command some sort of, I can hold my own in the room. He hasn't got that. He hasn't got a personality. His personality is Blue Rizzler and fucking roach paper. That is his personality. Sure. And the thing is, he could, obviously, he's very, very good at fucking finding words that rhyme. We know other people that can do that have a personality, that can follow a pattern, that can structure, and they're one of the best in the fucking UK to ever do it. And he's wrote a book about it that you've got in your fucking house, right? So it doesn't come down to, oh, if he just drops out one line, he'd be good. No, he needs to change his whole fucking personality. And unfortunately, some people can't do that because they've just got a fucking personality bypass.
Well, he might in the next 32 seconds. Let's see.
And the sides of a nose is wider than most. If I strike in a throne, you'd be lied in the road. Yo, and I'll carve with a blade, then start slashing up a part of your face. Try starting me straight with bars, I'm a great. You're margarine weight, 'cause you can't finish half of your carve every plate. Ain't hard to debate. You must have been out in a party for days, or a bar in a rave, and you took more shots than an archery place. Nari's a waste. He's got a rainbow rug in his kitchen. I put my hand in his girlfriend's pussy and my arm still fits in the Yo.
That is the most ironic fucking laugh, and he thinks he's talking there because someone in the back has just ironically laughed at how shit that was, because it was a fucking poor play on what Luna said to fucking
literally about to say, yeah.
Fisted your fucking bird and you came out with your sister's dad's watch on or something.
Yeah, that bitch's vaginal cavity is like Wonderland every time she fucks. It's one of the most famous and most quoted battle rap fan lines, and it's a poor play off of it.
As well, he did alluded in another play on that whole thing.
Yeah. His battle
against Uno, and then he did another one where that came out with his dad's watch on.
Yeah,
that was the other one.
And then it was the other one where it's like, and Flossie shook my hand or something like that, or whatever it was, and it's like, I don't understand.
Innuendo.
Yeah. And but my point is, like, I'm a fan and I watch those things. If I'm battling and I'm going to be referencing something like that, you gotta be really clever with that shit. Unless he doesn't even know he's referencing it. Do you know what I mean?
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if he's never watched an O'Shea battle. By the way he performs, he looks like he's never watched a battle rap before. That's the way he performs. It is genuinely like one of these people that goes, "Oh yeah, I can do that." Does no research and just comes in and thinks that fucking what they've heard on fucking pen game works.
We'll have to see. But we've got 4 seconds left.
He's got a rainbow.
I also don't get it's a rainbow rug in my kitchen. I don't get that bit. What's he trying to say there? Is he trying to call me gay? Or is he just stating that I've got a rug in my kitchen because why?
I don't have a rug in my kitchen now that I think about it, so I don't know. Is that a common thing?
I don't. Okay, it get ruined. So maybe he is too intelligent for all of us. He's like, this dickhead's that stupid in life that he's got a rug in his kitchen, which, if he compacted on that and explained that, if that's what he meant, would be fucking great, because it'd be like, where the fuck have you got that from? But it makes no sense. It's drivel.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to finish the last 2 seconds, and then I want to ask you a question. And I know you're not going to like me for it, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Kitchen. I put my hand in his girlfriend's pussy and my arm still fits in. In the chat, you're a victim. You don't want to clash with a kingpin. The fact is, I'll rinse him. You have to be drinking. You'll float too, but you're actually sinking. I don't know what you're actually thinking. The slide that you're linking is nasty and stinking. Boom, time.
Wow, Gast called time and someone listened. Love you, Gast. We got to talk about that, brother.
Anyway, see my face, then. Just go back onto that pause screen at the end of that battle.
Let's have a look.
In the chat, you're a victim. You don't want to clash with a kingpin. The fact is, I'll rinse him. You have to be drinking. You'll float too, but you're actually sinking. I don't know what you're actually thinking. The slide that you're linking is nasty and stinking.
Look how unimpressed I am with this.
So, is there any positivity to having someone in battle rap that is derided, but not for... Because I think there's a benefit to having bad guys and villains in battle rap within the scene.
1,000,000%. When I first came into battle rap, like I hilariously have the line against Tyler Power. This is wrestling in the form of rap, right? But it is. The comparisons are so there. We've got title belts, right?
Oh yeah.
So you need to have your good guys versus your bad guys. You need to have people you like versus people that you don't.
Yes.
And when I came in, because I'm a gobshite, I went full heel. And I've openly said it to so many people over the years that, because people who would first meet me like back in 2018 and stuff, and they met battle rap Ian, but then we'd bump into each other at fucking, I don't know, the day before an event. I'd go say if anyone was coming from a different city, if anybody ever needed any help or anything, or if they're coming from a different country or coming from Ireland, I would always say, yo, coming to Manchester, shout me. You seen it the other day yourself. You came to watch football. I was like, yo, jump in with me. I'm going there, jumping. Do you know what I mean? That's what I do. Pagan will tell you. When Pagan first started coming over, me and Pagan went out, had a few drinks. Me and Sam Heights become very good friends because of things like that. And there's one question that I used to get asked is, why are you so different? And I went, literally, I'm playing a character. I'm playing the bad guy. I want to be the guy. Like, so many people want to be the babyface. Nobody, and it's the same as wrestling, and that's why the comparison's there. Nobody wants to play the heel. So I was like, bollocks to you. I'll play the heel. I'll be an annoying cunt.
So this is going to be my follow-up question, because I think this whole controversy, which we'll touch on more in a bit, but I have a question to kind of follow up with it, is if he'd have just kind of floated that and said, hey, have you noticed that the graphic is wrong? And so a theory could be made that it's been tallied up wrong. What if I ran with it and we made something out of this? That could have been interesting. But he hasn't. He went direct and he kind of tried to make something when it had already been explained to him. Like, that's what I kind of get annoyed about sometimes, is this notion of it could be, like I say, the wrestling thing. It's all communicative. It's like, hey, let's work this out. Let's agree how it's going to go. Then play it out perfectly and you'll get people motivated to watch this at events. But drama for the sake of drama burns people out. I kind of get bored with it. Do you know what I mean? So my point to the question about villains is, do you think in battle rap at the moment that A, there's a lack of them, and B, there's even fewer people that know how to be a villain professionally?
Do you want to know what my thing with battle rap at the moment? There is no characters. You look at, okay, don't look at, totally forget me. You look at the first academy. You had Major Concerns and LSD was the final. And God bless LSD, and I love him. I work with him. He's one of my best friends in the world. He fucking robbed Major, right? Because Major won it, right? But they were two completely different people. Two completely different people. You had Frost come through that academy, massive character. iKid, when he first started coming through, had a massive character. You had, like, it's one thing I don't agree with his battling. I'm not a fan of him as a battler, but his character, Kick Nelly, he still is a character. And the whole point of this tournament, from my understanding of when I spoke to people when it was being conceived and stuff like that, was let's make new characters. Dub T in the last couple of events has started finding his feet with the character side of things, and he started playing into it, and he started clapping back instead of going, all right, do you know what? I love it. Enigma the Prophet. I beat Enigma so many years ago, right? In a one round around in the Anarchy tournament. Back then he had no character. You watch, I've done all of Enigma's interviews, and my favorite character in the tournament this year, actual character, is Enigma the Prophet. His character is so, he's become so likable, and that's because he went from trying to do this what everyone was trying to do, this URL style punchline stuff, whereas now he's gone into, I'm Enigma the Prophet, and he goes, I'm from Stockport, which is near Manchester, not Manchester. He's playing into the shit that people give him, and that is what it is. That's why, if you look at, obviously, the group stages and the people that have gone through from the group stages, because obviously I was about to fucking go full spoilers and I realised
I was literally about to say, don't you fucking dare get me in any more trouble than I already am, mate.
No, I realise that. If you look at just the group stages, yeah, and you look at the people who've gone through the group stages, you look at all the people that are characters. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying then? Like you know the characters that have gone through, and it makes perfect sense. Quicksilver's another one. He's a character. So they're doing what the whole inception of the tournament was to create these new characters that could be very, very good, that could be your next Shuffles, your next fucking Tonys, your next shot. You know what I mean? And we have that because we were going through a stage where everybody was the fucking same. Everybody was doing the same things. Everyone was saying the same thing. Everyone was trying to remix what another great had done instead of being themselves. And that's where, like I said, I think there'll be a lot of shocks throughout this tournament now where you go, I would have said that person would have won, but I can see why that person has won, because what they've done is they've been themselves and they've not tried to cater to what they think the battle rap fan wants, because the fans in battle rap are very, very outspoken. Because let's be honest, 90% of the people battling now started out as fans. There's not a lot of them that started out as rappers or anything like that. They started out as fans of battle rap, right? So they have in their mind what they need to be like because they like certain battles that they watch. I've been guilty of it numerous times as well in the past with stuff that I've done. I'll have watched battle and gone, yeah, I get that sort of idea. Can I have an idea that's like that? And it's just gone, hold on, I wouldn't say that. I think against Beyond, I said, hit this bitch and make him go fetch with a stick and make him go fetch. I'm like, I'm not getting.
I was going to say,
Hello?
there you are. Now I can hear you. I thought it had been like, and then I said, and it was just cutting you off.
I said against Beyond, I'm going to get this bitch with a stick and make him go fetch or something like that. The only stick I'm getting is my fucking pill cue, mate. Why am I saying that? And it's one of them. It's like, that's the thing. But yeah, you do need more villains in it. And the only person that's really played a villain role and has done it on purpose is Kit Nelly. Because I don't think Seven Waves tried to play the villain on purpose to be talked about. Because I genuinely don't think he's that smart. I just don't.
I intend to put that question to him one day. But for now, we have a second round from one Yaneth to listen to. So I suppose we better get to that one.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have to. Again, half of this is you're supposed to be walking through the writing mastery, the evocative moments, these moments of eureka. I've got a bar. Like, I was walking through a park and I saw someone getting bodied and I thought, I should do that. Like, that's what people want to see. No?
You couldn't have sat
with this fucker right now. There's nothing wrong with it being cold up north and commenting on it, especially when it's in the middle of a fucking football pitch and it's hailing. Okay?
You were wearing double denim and
Listen,
you weren't even the same colour.
You said this on
either.
the day. Listen, the Canadian tuxedo is nothing to be snorted at, okay? It's still very fashionable and stylish.
Two different shades of denim together don't work, Arcade.
I'm going to press play.
You look like an extra from fucking Westlife.
What's wrong with that? There you
Westlife.
go. That's. I'm going for substitute teacher today, so there you go. I'm switching it up. It's cool. The jacket comes back later because I've got to change the look for the streams to make them look different. So,
please wear the double denim later.
I will. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see it. Anyway, second round on one Yaneth. Let's go.
You are terrible at this. What made you think that you would end up paid? Stood there looking like you're still going through a fucking end-ups phase. You rap on 140. you sound like you sniff lines by the meter, so that end-ups branding kind of does complete you, especially when you stood there looking like you've had more work in the face than the singer to Lisa, because you are terrible. I've said it again. I don't give a fuck what you wrote with a pen, because guess what? One snap, I'll have him gone like Thanos in the end, because you...
I'm freestyling now.
are shit. What made you think that you were getting this far? You should have stayed at home in Sheffield today, not got in the car, and let Briggs tell you
I'm trying to freestyle all of it.
Okay, now
I didn't remember how bad that was.
I need this next segment to go out to one Maverick, and I'm going to put it to you because I got pushback for it to a certain degree, and here's why. I have been told repeatedly, if someone chokes or stumbles a significant portion of a round and the opponent doesn't, the opponent gets the round. Now, I was countered because, of course, Maverick gave all 3 rounds to you. And I was countered by someone saying, right, but Lorne, here's what you're not understanding. Yes, Jan had a moment in his second where normally you would award it to the opponent. However, Seven Wave had such little usable material in all 3 rounds. It was like a sparring match versus a Muay Thai fight. One guy was looking to do damage. The other guy was looking to just get through. And I don't know how I feel about that. I want to put it to you. Do you give the battle 3-0 to you based on what you saw from Seven Wave?
Because I'm on the same... I was on the same thought process of you, in the fact that if you ever choke, you lose. And then I've also seen battles where people have choked and tried to keep it moving and still got it away. So I was trying there. What I was trying to do is I kept saying words that were in my lines to try and trigger the memory.
Yes.
So I was trying, but what happened was I went too far with it. Whereas if it had kicked back in, I would have then got back into my material and that'd be fine. But I realised I was losing it and it was getting worse and worse. So that's why I called time. I think it should be noted that, yeah, I tried to keep it going. I didn't just go, oh, shit, like I've done in other battles. But personally, no, I would say 2-1 me because I don't like choking. And that's me being harsh on myself, though, because every time I choke, I apologise to the person that I'm battling and the staff and everything like that, because it's not something the bare minimum you should be able to do is remember your rounds.
I thought it was an interesting point to make, though, because I like things to be black and white, but there is nuance. And the notion of it, like, yeah, but Lorne, look at it through the perspective of, did Seven Wave say anything in all 3 rounds that you would deem like, oh, that was good? And I had to be honest, like, I don't remember anything where I was like, okay, I could give a point there and I can give this, that, or the other. So the idea of it, yeah, but Jan actually had stuff in that second round. You know what I mean?
If you were doing it on a boxing point system, then yeah, I 30 him. If it was done on a boxing point system, I 30 him. But if you have this, and this is why back when Premier Battles first started and we had the judging sheet,
yes.
I've still got fucking shitloads of them somewhere because I printed off like 100 of them. I've got them in a drawer somewhere. And it was all well and good having things like that, like, okay, you lose points for being over time.
Okay.
You lose a round if you choke. And then what happens if both battlers choke in the second? Then does it just go back to who's wrote the best 2? Because realistically, he stumbled in his second.
He had a moment. Yep, that's true.
So at that point you go, so I understand why Mavericks give it me. If I'm looking at it and it's not my battle, I would say, yeah, it's a 30. Because I'm harsh on myself and the way that I think the bare minimum that you should be able to do in battle rap. And again, this is coming from someone who's been guilty of choking. Up until I had my break, I'd never choked. I've had my time where I come back and I've had pretty much won nearly every battle. So, like, it's one of them. I don't like it. So for me, you take any other 2 battlers that have had a choke, like for example, Frost versus Gast, right, at Hootenanny, right? Frost choked really fucking badly, but he then got momentum back towards the end of the round. So by the end of the round, when he's gone back into it, because he's not called time, and he's gone back into the material, the momentum kind of came back to it. You did forget about the choke per se, but in sense of this battle, Seven Wave said fuck all. Said fuck all. So it's one of, like, I personally give it 2-1 to me.
Okay. Well, final round on Seven Wave. Let's see what he's got.
You ain't leveling a man. Your mum drinks Stella in a can, then hits your dad.
It got a bit of a rise.
No, just pause. You know me. I give credit where credit is due. Right, just because he's caused a load of shit and fucking stuff like that is a great opener. Now, again, I've spent the majority of this giving him feedback on how he could have beat me, which is mad thing to do, right? But if he takes that opener, because he's now got a crowd who fucking don't like him on side, I actually think Seven Wave's third round is his best round of the battle. Okay. If I remember, from what I can remember, I think his third round was the one where I went, do you know what? In that round, he actually said some things that are quite funny. I might be wrong. I might have just been high.
Let's see.
You got the same haircut as Hitler had. Picture that. Man, just switch attack, bitch, you're mad. Man, just rip the track, it's a fact. You don't want to think to clash, sprint and dash. Got it unlocked like I hit the fag. Smoke like, no wonder you're actually pissed, cause you smell like a bin man after a shift. I'll put my hands in a fist, smash when I swing it or fracture get you in for the chat that you bring. You smell like rats in a bin. Nasty and ting, don't chat to me, king, cause you think you can actually clash me and win. That's mad, cause it ain't, you just gas to be in. Shit, yo. Fucking. Fuck it time, yo. Fuck it.
Apparently not. No, apparently it was the final round where he's cut it short by a significant margin.
I think it was the opener. I think I remember hearing the opener, and I think I remember the bin man at the end of the shift being quite. I was like, okay, yeah.
It's funny that that's left an impression on you, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's funny that's left an impression in 2 lines, as opposed to 2 minutes prior, where there's been one opening gambit. Because I think partially because, like, I think battle rap is such a visual medium. Like, it's supposed to be evocative of a lot of visual imagery. I think that's why the Frost and DeBurke battle that just aired yesterday was as fun as it was, because everyone had fucking DeBurke wandering around blind and Frost having everyone looking like he does kind of look like a beaver. Like, it's so silly.
That was one of my favourite battles of the tournament.
It's great.
I love that battle.
I'm really looking forward to reviewing it later because it gave everyone like a lot of that. But why I reference that is because that had it in abundance. Seven Wave stuff is very, you're almost looking at the words as he's saying them. They're not evoking anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is that thing.
I think I've got, like, watching it back now, I think I've got how most battlers have like a template of how they write to in their head. Like, it's not a physical template, it's a subconscious template.
Yes, sure.
Of where someone will be like, right, I'll be funny here. Every couple lines, I'll throw a funny one in. So, like, every 4, I'll make sure I'll throw something funny in. I think what it is with Seven Wave, he goes, joke, violence, joke, violence, joke, violence, joke, violence. Because if you watch all of his material, he'll start with something funny, then he'll tell me he's going to punch me in the head. Then he'll say something kind of funny, then he's going to tell me he's going to punch me in the head. And it's like, there is something there where you can go, right, like I said, that whole opening line there of your mum drinks Stella and beats up your dad.
Yeah.
Elaborate on it. Go further into it. Try and do a whole fucking round about it. Make it a story.
Yes.
Then you've got something. But then to go, you beat your dad, I'll punch you, you twat. Something, or whatever he said. It's just like, you got me, and then you fucking lost me again.
Let me ask, okay, and this is not me looking on the other side of the sword. This is just me trying to try, okay? Is part of the frustration with Seven Wave that he can get stuff out, but he hasn't made the attempt to connect what he's saying to anything that the lack of writing is frustrating, if nothing else. Because if he had written and had put in effort, he'd have given you a good battle, and that might have motivated you a little bit more to say, actually, all right, this could be good. Whereas you kind of go into this thinking, I bet he's going to do the same thing again, and everyone's going to be sort of disconnected and a bit disjointed, because they were. And I don't think it's harsh to say, because just look at the guys and look at the reaction. Like, there's a real disconnect between him and them and them and him. And that's frustrating. Do you know what I mean?
I think the other thing is as well, we've got to a point in especially UK battle rap where it's very clicky, and it's a lot harder for some of the newer people to come in and be instantly accepted.
Sure.
And I'm not talking about the battlers, I'm just talking about fans.
Sure.
A lot of fans aren't sort of as open arms to someone new unless you're someone like a Hamill or a Quicksilver who's got the character down straight away.
Yeah.
So it take for other people, it take like B Ramble, she was in it. I don't want to miss pronoun anyone, but they have a very easy to digest style that makes you go, yeah, I get that straight away.
Right.
Whereas then you'll have I don't really want to bag on him, but for me, McCoy, it was hard for me to get invested in McCoy straight away until I took time to get to know him as a person. And at that point, that's when I've gone, right, yeah, cool. But for fans that are just watching battle rap who aren't going to be spending 6-7 hours at an event with these people that are just watching it online like this, you're not going to have that connection straight away with people that, and it all comes back to character again. It's going to be harder for the fans to instantly buy into people.
Right.
And I think Seven Wave is a massive victim of that, as well as he didn't really try to get involved with anyone at events. From what I saw, he was always on his own, and anytime that people did speak to him, it went to this bravado and this rapper, I'm sick, I'm this guy. It's like, mate, Lord, you've been at events, you've seen behind the scenes stuff, you've been around a lot of battlers, that not everybody has that character on 24/7. Right? You'll have people like Bobby has it on 24/7. Let's be honest, Bobby does have it 24/7.
A bit.
But then you've got people like Frost. Frost, away from battling, doesn't have that never lost thing unless you're talking about battling. If you're just having a genuine conversation with a guy,
yeah,
you're not going to get that ego, that inflated ego that battle rappers have. And I think that's another reason why a lot of people in the room didn't want to give Seven Wave a chance, because he just didn't come across as a likable person. And that's not me speaking for anybody else. That is my opinion on what I saw.
Of course.
I saw him not interacting with people, or when he did interact with people, whether it be a battler, whether it be a fan, there was that inflated ego there. And I think at that point, no one's took to him, because again, you look at Frost. Frost has that inflated ego, right? Doesn't have it on all the time, but when he does have it on, 9 times out of 10, he will back it up. Yeah, he'll have his shit performance here and there, or he'll have a choke here and there. But 9 times out of 10, you know what you're getting with Frost. You're going to be entertained. Whereas Seven Wave didn't do that. So he's come in, interacted with people, had this massive fucking ego, and then done 3 minutes of fucking drivel, calling someone's mum a slag, and then telling them that they're going to get fucking kicked in the knee. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've not covered yourself in glory. And that was one of the things that I learned straight away. Like, I got told that because I was very similar in the fact of I would be a gobshite, I would have this inflated ego, and I'd have it 90% of the time. And it literally, I still have moments now, like you'll have heard me at events walk past Dojo, go, shut up, Dojo. But that, do you know what I mean? That at that point, then I go, fucking hell, why am I doing that again? Because that's what I used to do. So I kind of don't want to say feel sorry for the guy, because he's the master of his own demise, but I can get it.
Yeah, sure.
And I can sort of see where his head's at. But at the same time, it comes to a certain point when so many people are giving you the same advice that you go, yeah, someone's got to give it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll take this opportunity to say that, yeah, so long story short, ladies and gentlemen, we did a show. He came on. He said some things that weren't true. I'll just leave it at that. After the fact, Briggsy cleared it up. We all had a kumbaya. Everything was fine. I got a DM from Seven Wave, and he effectively said, my bad. I thought Briggsy was fucking with me when he was DMing me to say, oh, this had happened, and I got the wrong end of the stick. That's my bad. I apologize. So from my perspective, He's apologised. But my frustration with him, and with a couple of guys, it's not just him in this tournament, I think they all had a fresh opportunity. This tournament is weird, because this would have been the first exposure Battle Rap fans had to some of these guys. You can be and do whatever you want, and people will buy it. They're not going to have known or seen you, so they're not going to go, this is different, whatever. It's, okay, who are you? Show me. Okay, you've had B Ramble, turned up, showed you. You've had Enigma the Prophet, come back, turned up, shown you.
I'm a fan of B Ramble, massive fan of B Ramble.
Right, because she's been consistent in what she's done, but she's elevated battle to battle. I'd say the same with Enigma. There's a couple of others I can name. But then you've got someone like a Seven Wave, who, again, had a blank canvas, maybe screwed up the first one, and you could say, right, okay, whatever, but then did the same in the second one, despite all of that, and has kind of squandered a degree of goodwill with Battle Rap fans that I don't know if he's going to get back anytime soon. Because it's so hard. Because, like you say, the clicky nature of it, it's like, listen, lads, I'm not really in this to continue to give you opportunities. We give you one, and that's it. If you fuck it up, that's on you.
No, that you false there with that one. And I told you I'll pull you on stuff. You fall, because people get multiple opportunities in Battle Rap. 9-2 got multiple opportunities in Battle Rap. I fucked up numerous times in Battle Rap. Still got multiple opportunities.
Oh, so I'm talking more about the fans, bro. I feel like once you get an impression with the fans...
Again, no, I disagree with that, because you look at Yunnan.
All right.
You look at Yunnan. How many times can Yunnan be an absolute prick online and be a prick to people that have given him opportunities, go away, fucking disappear for a couple of months and reappear, apologising, and then be like, can I battle you?
Well,
it's just it's happened so many times.
No, I see what you're saying there.
Now,
I would counter by saying,
now, and this is where it sort of does lead into what you're saying. It's because of this, where the scene's at now, and it has been struggling, and it's been openly struggling. People are less allowing the bullshit now. So if you have had multiple occasions where you've been a dick, the fans are going, right, fucking bored of you now. We're not allowing this anymore. And then what they're doing is they're sort of spotting it with the newer talent. They're like, you're supposed to be the next ones to take this forward. Right. And if they're not doing it, then they're just like, no. If Seven Wave came on here and spoke to you again, or sat down with myself, or sat down, or did something publicly, because it's all well and good treating you, my bad. Where's he done it publicly? Sure. So, if he does something publicly and takes on the feedback, I genuinely think if he will get it. Someone will want to battle him because they're going to see it as an easy win. Fuck it, I'll rematch him. If he comes back and says he's going to take on board and try and go again, and then goes and has a good showing, then people will be like, "Yeah, fair fucks you. You've manned up. You know where you fucked up. Let's go." Okay. But I don't think he will. I still think he's got ego because he's not putting anything publicly saying my bad. He's just DMing you privately.
And there might be reasons for that. I will push back on one thing you said, if only because I agree with you from the Yunnan example, but I would distinguish it because I think people look at Yunnan's past. They look at what he could be in a battle and forgive it because of that. Whereas a newcomer, it's, well, I don't know you anyway. Like, I can't forgive you because I don't have anything I want from you. Like, I don't want to see you back because there's nothing you're going to give me. So,
I can see it from that. But
I do agree with you from that perspective that there is room for people to come back if they show a reprieve. But that's a discussion for another time. We have a round to get through of one Yaneth, so let's go.
I can't remember any of this, though, bro. I don't even know what's said.
You spit on 140, but when you talk like a sloth. I'm gluttonous for this win. Something like a pig in a trough. The manager from Pride putting you on the platform was a sin. I'm now kicking him off because I'm greedy for the win. So you'll see Seven Wave by when I put his head in a box.
That's hard to attack. That is, honestly, I forgot that I said that, and that is one of the things that I'm most proud of writing that. I fucking like that. People are going to say it's shit, but I really like it. Because I think the fucking Seven Wave by when he's head in the box. I love that. It's so obvious, but fucking he's obvious. Why not?
Because you don't respect the art of the craft. You ain't hard to attack because you don't respect the art of the craft, and I can show you why every round that you've structured ain't far from collapse, because I can use DW's legs to count how many direct bars that you've had.
So now, for me, by the way, I'll pause it there by saying that, I mean, DW, I hope you're doing okay as best you can be, brother. But that line, for me, was hearkening to the first round where it just kills his persona dead. Because I remember reviewing your Crash and going, dude, I was like, yeah, not a single direct line in 2 whole battles. He hadn't even said your name.
No, I don't think he knew my name.
Which is, I just can't get my head around that as a fan, let alone if I was battling. Like, mate, do you know who I am? Like, wouldn't it have been crazy to just swap you out for someone else? Like,
if I would change anything and go back, obviously I'd remember my second. That'd be the first thing I'd do. But no, I would probably go. That'd be an angle that I'd take. Like, do you even know who I am? I could do a whole like, this is your life thing and try and do it funnily that way, just to go show that he hasn't got a fucking jar of glue.
Well, the only other thing you could do is like a weird sort of takeoff of what I saw. Fucking so-and-so do a shuffle all the way back where he had him battling first and then he took over. But instead, you're like, you have someone battle as you for 10, 15 seconds or whatever it is, and then you just sort of take over because you didn't even know it was me, did you? And like just like completely like sideswiping like that.
Or I could have had something like, do you know who I am? If this was a class, would you understand the topic? Do you know who Will Ross is? Do you know what I mean? Something stupid like, just go hark. I could literally, that is what I should have done. I should have done in my third should have been my second, and in the third, I should have just gone through every controversial bullshit dickhead thing I've said and done in battle rap. I went, do you know this? Do you know this?
That would be sick. That would be sick.
I've always just fucking thought of that idea now, because that would have been so good to do against him. And I've got to a point now where when I do write things now, I'm trying to do stuff that I haven't done before. I'm trying to sort of write things like that, like the battle that never happened. I've got a whole round that's like one topic, which is something that I've never done before because I've always found it difficult. So we'll get onto it after my round.
Well, we've got 25 seconds and then I'm going to throw the floor. But
straight from his neck. You are terrible. Basic at best. The Patreons here have basically paid the event, but they've seen everything that you've thrown, not Hitman, so they've just paid for your death. Because you rapped about threesomes with horses and goats. That is nauseous and gross. What the fuck made you take that awkward approach? Bestiality bars. The RSPCA should get you and Beyond and torture you both, because this entire group has been nothing but a shit show. I came back to battle rap on some big smoke, and now all I want to do is swan dive into a sinkhole. Time.
There you go.
Well, to be fair, I summed it up perfectly at the end there. I don't think anybody needs to speak on this group anymore. I think I've summed it up perfectly.
Yeah, I can't remember what note I put. I put a note at the end of that in my thing I sent to Crash to say, yep. Oh my God. Well, look.
That's what it was. Like, I had fucking 2 people like that fucking rapping about shagging animals. Right, and one guy who we don't even know if he's got up from the bottom of his stairs yet and fell down them because no one's heard from him.
Well,
we don't know if he's fucking careful that battery or not. So like, it's like what we're doing here?
It was rough. It was rough, but that saw you qualify to the next round. Controversially, as it turns out, even though there shouldn't have been any controversy.
Bizzo's a dickhead. Bizzo did that on purpose because Bizzo knows I'm better at golf than him, and he doesn't fucking like it. That's all it is. It's all fucking Bizzo's fault, and this is what happens when you give people from Preston a platform. Look at 9-2.
If Bizzo had remembered he wrote something and then said something else and said something sooner, so we're blaming all this on Bizzo now.
Well, Bizzo's supposed to be one of the best writers in the fucking country. How can you not remember what you fucking know? It's all Bizzo's fault. I'm going to fucking murder you on the golf course, Bizzo. We've had enough of this.
Well, that was...
He's had it out for me ever since I was picked for Team Bizzo and I fucking lost against Will Ross. He's had it out for me. It's all fucking Bizzo's fault. If we're starting narratives, let's start a funny one.
Well, look, we've gone through the battle, and... you've qualified for the next round. We'll have to wait and see how you progress in the tournament from there. But when we were talking, you mentioned that you wanted to kind of address some stuff. Like, I just kind of want to throw it to you to say what you want to say, brother.
Yeah, it's been one of those. It's right. So obviously, sorry, I'm trying to order my food and while I was talking at the same time.
I'm sorry. Is you got more important things to do?
No, my mum's hungry. It's mum and son curry night, so.
Ridiculous. I can't. This is the level of respect I command in the UK bat rap sphere, ladies and gentlemen. Tony will take a pizza break. Black Tea will take a pizza break. Yaneth's ordering curry. Like, I just got to have a go. Do you know what? Fuck it. Just Eat. If you want to sponsor me, that's absolutely fine by me. Just go ahead. Send me a link. I'll push it. These guys will get a discount when they order food on my fucking streams. But go ahead.
Well, yeah. Obviously, a lot of people will have known that I took, like, obviously a couple of years away from battle rap due to certain situations that went on in my life. I wasn't in a good space. That was why I disappeared. And also, I did sort of say earlier on, I'm not officially a staff member of Premier Battles. I was, and due to my own actions, lost that privilege. And since I've been back, I've just been working with the guys as and when they need me. I'm not, and I can't speak on behalf of Prem, never will speak on behalf of Prem. I don't have that ability. But one thing that I did do while I was away in those 2 years was I set myself some goals. And I always had the goal of coming back to battle rap, but in a Camrian, as I like to call myself now, sort of setting of helping out with that side of it. So it was mad to go away for 2 years, and literally when I left it was probably at the biggest it had been since before Rowan robbed everyone's money, allegedly. Just so Lorne doesn't get any more controversy.
Cheers.
So yeah, I've got your back, mate. Unlike you with us. So yeah, it was mad to see when I come back sort of what happened. So in that 2 year break, I think the only two battles I actually watched was Bizzo Gemini, which I still think Bizzo won. Put it out there. I don't agree with the judges on that. I think Bizzo won that. And Bobby Sean Craig was the only two battles that I watched in a 2 year break. And when I went away, I set myself some goals. And this is why people may have noticed, may not have noticed, that if I seem not as fucking all over the place as I used to be, I set myself some goals to go and get my own cameras, to go and be able to do this with the intention of the day that I have everything on this list. And it was something that I sat down with Bizzo and spoke about, but fuck you, Bizzo, we're not friends anymore. I'm better than you at golf. I would approach Briggsy and Stroh and say, look, I've got my own camera now, got my own this. If you ever need a cameraman, let me know. I'd love to come back. It so happened I bought the camera on the Thursday, text Briggsy on the Friday. They needed a fucking cameraman for the Saturday. And that was the first time I'd ever been to 33 Oldham Street, because I'd never been to that one. And then I had the pleasure of going back and sort of watching everything that I'd missed from 2 years. And people be sat there now with fucking Jan's waffling shit here. There's a point that I'm trying to make to all of this is, once you're a fan of battle rap, you're never not really a fan of it ever again. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. Once you're in, you're in. And for anybody who's sort of not watched any battles or not been to any events over the last sort of couple of years because maybe your favourites have stopped battling or not battling as active or retired, because you never really fucking retire in battle rap. Look at Briggsy, he's done it 8 fucking times. Come back, reassess, and you will fall in love with it again, because that's what happened to me. I wanted to stay away for personal reasons I won't go into. I know certain fucking Americans tried to portray narratives in battles against me. That's all bullshit. Just to address that straight off the bat, bullshit. Prem wouldn't have me back around if any of that was even remotely fucking true. And I don't think a lot of people that I'm friends with would even fucking be near me. So yeah, for me, coming back, it's been really good. Obviously, I'm through the group stages. Still win $3,000, eh? How pissed off are you lot going to be if I win $3,000 through a fucking development group of death? No, but seriously, like, big up. So when I come back, the other thing that I noticed is there's a lot more guys like yourself, Lorne, Cammy. Got to shout out Cammy every single fucking time.
Nah,
Lord
we don't.
Cammy's-
He's got plenty of airtime on Prem. We don't have to shout out Cammy in the slight. Cammy, stop stealing all my shine, son, with your shotty appearances and your Pokemon goes and whatnot. Son of a bitch. You were saying?
Just be more likable, Lorne. That's all you got to do, mate.
Ever.
No, but yeah. So seeing a lot more people wanting to talk about Battle because this was always a thing. I think we only ever had. I think you actually mentioned his battle rap name earlier. What was his name? Tom Quay. He used to do a bit.
Soliloquy, battle rap resume. Other
I
names may vary.
I did a battle rap resume.
So, I may have done some research today to make sure I was prepped in case you referenced battles, and I have my little notebook for you here. When was the battle rap resume then? Because that wasn't in the YouTube feed, so it might have been either a while ago or it's just relegated to the second page. Maybe I don't know.
It was during COVID.
Okay, fair enough.
Because we did top 10 Manchester battlers. So it's not actually my battle rap resume, it's a top 10 Manchester battlers. So yeah, we did that. Tom's a lovely guy. Joe, to this day, I've still never met him in person. Only ever talked to him over the fucking internet. Never actually met him in person. But yeah, to see more media things popping up, that's great. I'm like, I was spoiled in a way with, I came into battle rap in 2018 when it was really like the first academy had just happened. Ireland was still a thing. Yeah, there was events every month. There was 3 or 4 different platforms. You had Dub Scandal, you had Prem, you still had Thief, allegedly. And what else did we have? Nick Kelly, Kick Nelly's thing from Cambridge.
Oh, Beast Anglia. Yep, that's the one.
Danny Jack was still doing his weird little thing. Code Red, that was still going.
Oh, yep.
So, yeah. It was very, very flourishing. And then it's sort of been like this. So it's it's good to see now, obviously no spoilers, a lot more interesting characters appearing and doing well. Because we've been at the precipice of this a few times now and never quite got over the fence. Whereas now we have the people that we can rebuild a roster, and there's people that should have entered the tournament that will be sat there going, shit, that guy's good. I actually want to battle that guy, which then leads on to more battles in the future, which is a good thing. What I do want to address is a certain narrative that I saw get pushed about fucking Seven Wave saying some dumb shit along the lines of, why am I writing for Yaneth when I should be writing for this person? Without blowing smoke up my own ass, I've battled some of the people that Seven Wave could only dream battling. My resume is quite fucking good, actually. When I've gone back and looked at it, I've battled some really good, entertaining people. Okay, maybe I haven't got a top tier battler in there but I was never that good unless I win this whole tournament. Then fuck it, yeah, these are all having it. But I've battled Briggsy, I've battled Georgie Roots, battled Frost, battled Sam Hypes, I've battled fucking Grazza. Do you know what I mean? Like, battled Tyler Poet in Ireland, battled Conman in Ireland. Like, I got to do some really, really cool stuff in battle rap so far, and let's see what happens afterwards.
Well, I mean, as far as the tournament is good, we are talking about the tournament. What are your aspirations for when you enter, knowing that there's and again, there's this thing of, well, we've got favourites, and then we've got guys who think we're going to do really well. So, but you go into it with none of that. You go into it with, well, I want to do this. Oh, hello.
I'll be honest.
Sorry,
I'm
just gonna pause for a second because there's one person in the chat that likes to think he's special. Right, Stro, I see your comments. Yan is addressing this because that's the whole point of him being on this stream, because he said I got something to say and it felt only right. Crash is back with me.
He texted me yesterday, so I don't know why he's fucking.
Because he can't help it. And Crash is in the chat anyway, it turns out. But Crash will be back with me in just under 2 hours when we go live to review the 11th episode. This is a watch-along about the 7-wave battle. We're dealing with it now. But we're also using it as an opportunity to get back to my question, Stro, before you interrupt me, which is, assuming that you've qualified now, you get a favourable opponent, which I think I am allowed to disclose because it was on the stream.
You better ask Stro before you fucking do it. You better ask Stro, he's in the comments. You better ask him before you do it.
Where is it? No, because Briggsy had the graphic yesterday. I'm allowed to bring it up if it was on the thing.
I'm just telling you get yourself in any more shit, mate. Come on, I'm having you back there.
No, I'm allowed.
While you're doing that, I'm going to order me fucking food.
You can order your food then. God. I like how, again, in the scheme of battle rap, I rank somewhere in the midst of, hang on, I've got to go get a pint, and what do I fancy for dinner today? I think I fancy like a, I don't know, maybe some sort of sushi oriental type deal.
You just said the word pint. You know, saying the word pint around me is like saying walkies to a dog. You know that, don't you?
Did I buy you a pint at the event? I can't remember.
No, you fucking didn't. You kept saying you were going to get me one and never got me one.
Sure, hang on, no, I bought Bobby one.
You did.
So there you go. Bobby got one and you got one because you were kind enough to give me a lift back from the fucking dregs that was the goddamn weather that was in Manchester.
Didn't you?
God. Do you know what the score was in the end? But sorry to go off. Well, Stroll, tell me in the comments. What was the score?
Finished 3-1. 3-1.
Oh, so they got a goal back at least. All right, that's not too bad. Anyways, in the quarter,
the cup game this weekend got called off.
Oh, there you go. Right, so where are you? You are. Oh, good lord, you've got Hamill. Oh no.
Is this something that's public out there? Because I'm not commenting on until I've been told by
It's the graphic that was on the show yesterday.
I'm just making sure.
I'm making sure. It's unless I got sent this, in which case, oh good, I've got inside scoops I shouldn't be giving. But no, it's the graphic. It's you versus Hamill, and the winner goes through to the quarterfinals, and whoever, well, you would face the winner of De Burke versus Spirit. So I suppose now
yes,
I want your feet, Lorne. Yeah.
Hamill.
Oh, sorry, they're giving you hassle in the comments. Sorry, I'm contractually obliged. Lorne, Yan never buys pints anyways. Pockets tighter than a nun. Do you care to respond?
That's how rich people stay rich. They're not giving money away. Idiot. I actually do buy pints. I'll buy pints at pubs that are not overly priced.
Oh,
and fucking, if that's Stro that's saying that my pockets are tight, he won't come to a fucking pub that I go to because he's scared of it.
And Crash comments, because even though he's going to be on later, how do you feel about getting this draw against Hamill? And what round was he writing, realising he was done? Wow, harsh. Crash!
You know what, I love this is what I'm saying. I actually love Crash, yeah, because Crash is real in the fact that Crash is one of them. He just keeps it real.
Yeah, but Crash is supposed to be my mate and co-host. He's not supposed to be putting me in it by leaving a comment and then trusting me not to read it before I read it aloud. Like, cheers, Crash. Thanks for that, buddy. Appreciate you.
I love Crash.
Hamill, how do you feel?
Love the matchup because obviously after being in the group of bestiality, as I'm now calling it, because fucking two of my opponents rapped about shagging animals, having someone who I think genuinely has a very big, bright future in battle rap is something that I wanted to do. It almost reminds me of when I got the Georgie battle. It's the same sort of scenario as Georgie was. Everyone could see that Georgie was good, and he was just getting ready to go boom. And I think it's the exact same with Hamill. However, he's not even a fucking Scouser, so I'm going to 30 him.
He's not even a Why? Why does he not qualify?
He's from Birkenhead. He's not a Scouser. He's not from Liverpool.
You have to understand, anything north of London, I just don't know. I just consider that the north, you see. I don't bother myself with the geography of the areas and things of that.
You absolutely
All right, nothing winds up you lot more than when I go posh. When I just sort of start enunciating, there's something in you. It's like, oh, hang on, I've got to fucking hit him. Like it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm telling you, anything past Villa Park is a fucking shithole. And there,
but it's funny to me because I'm common as fuck where I come from, like as mud, and yet I go north and it's like this fucker coming in here pronouncing his T's. His plurals are correct. Get him! Like it's just, it just fucking makes me laugh.
Sound like fucking gas then for a second.
Gast is from Peterborough. He's not far from me. Well, he's like it's about an hour away.
So why do people like gas but not like you?
Because I'm a prick. Gast is lovely. I'm glad we could put that to bed finally. You all happy now? I said it on camera. Finally. All right, last question, and then we're going to wrap. And then, are you going to join us later? Then you said you were going to jump on the stream later as well.
Yeah, I could probably stick around till about 10:30. I've just got to go pick the missus up from work later. So
interesting. All right.
If I'm ready, I'll jump back on.
Well, there you go, Crash. You can ask Jan some questions after we pause for an hour or so, and then we come back. So you're not hashtag justice for Crash or whatever you tweeted. Anyways,
I'm actually reading the comments now.
I was gonna say, I will figure. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, and Crash as well. You're watching. I will figure out a way of getting the comments so you can read them and see them and respond to them rather than me having to pause the thing and read them aloud. It's an OBS thing. Final question, and then we'll call it a day for now. Which is, now that you're back, how has it been? How have you found battling again, and how do you feel versus when you left? Like, is it a good feeling? Is it something you're looking forward to? Or does this feel like I'm trying to tick things off before I kind of just let it wind down? How do you feel?
I found it a lot more difficult. The shorter prep times as well. So there's only been a couple of weeks in between each shot. Like, there's been 3-4 weeks in between each round. That's not helped. Not having a lot of material to go off hasn't helped. It's clear from anybody who's watched any of my battles in the tournament, I started struggling with remembering, which is not something that I ever had an issue with previously. Still enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I'd say because I'm trying to do a lot different things than what I used to do, it's been more taxing mentally than just throwing stuff out there and seeing what sticks. In answer to Crash's question, I got 2 words into my first round and realised I was done. No, I'm joking. It's been weird because a lot of people may or may not know I had a lot going on previously where I wasn't always the most sober person in the world when it comes to battle rap. This time it's been a lot. I'd say I found it harder to perform sober than I have in the past because I've never really performed sober. That I know it's such a weird thing to say that, but it has been that, and I've struggled with it. That's where so on the flip side to that, I'd rather be sober and not a complete prick than just be a little bit of a prick. So yeah, it's been tough. It's one of them. Obviously, I'm free to the next round. Let's see what happens. It's one of them things. I'll never go. Oh, I'm never going to battle again. The battle that never got announced and that never happened, I would still really love to do that battle because I think it's some of my best, funniest material, and I think it's a great battle for everybody to be entertained with it. So if the person that couldn't do it was watching this, please fucking agree to it and let's get it done. More than anything now, obviously, if I don't beat Hamill and go out of the tournament, it's on them. I'm still going to be doing the camera stuff, still going to be helping out where I can, where the lads need me, anything that I can do, that sort of way, I'll do it. And then if I'm out of the tournament and there's no $3 grand on the line for me, I just want to enjoy anything. Anything that comes, any sort of opportunities that come, I'd love to, as long as it's enjoyable and it's going to entertain me, then I want to do it. I don't really want to ever do tryout guys again because it was too difficult. But don't worry, I enjoyed the Beyond battle really well. I was just frustrated with my own performance in that because I think my material in the Beyond battle was actually quite good. I think some of the stuff that I said, like the Maccabi Tel Aviv thing, there's other things.
There was a Bruce Willis line in there I remember being really sick.
Yeah, no, I think I ended up getting that out twice, and Bobby pulled me up on it. He was like, "Why have you said that twice?" Yeah, no, I've enjoyed it, but again, I want to have more entertaining battles if I go out of the tournament, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to win the $3,000, and I'm going to go full villain arc and fucking ride off into the sunset with your $3,000 and your fucking belt. Fuck off.
I was going to say, like, final word in that case, but can you top, I'm going to go into the sunset, fuck off with your belt? Like, any other final words for the fans, for Prem, for the other battlers in the tournament?
Like, big up yourself, big up Crash for doing these streams. Big up everyone that's been locked into the Where Winning Matters tournament. Big up Card Tricks UK every single time. If you want any box breakings or anything like that, go see them on TikTok. Shout out Stroh, even though he's a prick. And fuck Hamill. Now I'm off for a curry. Tatty bye-byes.
There you go. There you go. Right, that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in an hour for... We'll see you in an hour for me and Crash to review the 11th episode of Where Winning Matters. So you've got an hour and 13 minutes to make yourself a cup of tea and come back and join us. Peace.